Hi everyone, welcome to our Bubbly Talking Show. I'm Shakiba from Markable Team. Bubbly Talking Show is a kind of travel talk in which we're gonna be talking with different tourists and see the world from their point of view. So here now we have a guest from Köln in Germany, and we want to talk about his experience to Iran. So, hey Sebastian, we are happy that you are here.
Salam, hi. Thank you that I can be here. I hope that you can see enough from me. As I already teased, my new camera laptop is a bit not so well positioned, but I hope you can hear me at least and that we can have a nice talk about this fantastic country, which I traveled for 2 years, as it was still possible to travel. Sounds so long ago.
We don't have any trouble about coronavirus and something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little about yourself, about your age, about your favorite, and something like that?
Yeah, because I can try to combine it a bit. So I'm 34. I had this month birthday, so I still had.
So happy birthday!
Thank you. I work in sales for a kind of IT company in Cologne in West Germany. And since years already, big fan of traveling, of exploring new cultures, getting in touch with the people, and also go to places which are not so popular as you maybe want to say. And doing that, I got also my way to Iran. It was a kind of story with many coincidences, but at one point I found my travel buddy and could convince him to do that with me, and then we made this fantastic journey.
Oh, so when did you start traveling? I mean, the age that you start traveling, and did you travel solo or by tour?
Quite late, I have to say, because I raised up with my family. They did every year the same travel to the beaches in Germany. So every year, so it was it was nice, but it wasn't really exciting after years. And then I decided to travel for my own, and I think so. Yeah, with 20, I started, but slowly. As a first, it was this classical traveling with this hotels, all inclusive, you know that. And later, I then bought me a backpack, and also traveled then a bit more, adventurous.
So you are adventure traveler, yeah?
I would say that I'm try to get it. I'm a starter with that, but I like it. Also, meanwhile, I like it more than to book only one hotel and stay the whole day at the swimming pool or at the same place. Also, what I definitely like in traveling is to change places, to explore many areas as possible from the country. And I mean, depends. When you travel to a country which is as big as Iran, then it's not so easy to do it in the time you have. But I try my best.
And what's your favorite destination?
From the places I saw before?
Yeah.
Do you want to guess?
Do you mean Iran?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most exciting.
Really?
And for me also most different to what I saw before.
Oh, why? Why?
I'm also very deep in architecture, in history, And I mean, regarding that, this country has so much to offer. Already as a child, I read about Persepolis, and yeah, this was also something what I definitely wanted to see. And yeah,
Yes, if someone check your Instagram profile, can definitely understand that you love architecture, because most of the
yeah, it's definitely more buildings than pictures of me. That's true.
yes, and
Or as friends, sorry, or as friends from me said in the past, when you make holiday or traveling, you only make pictures from old stones or old buildings. So that they already made many jokes about me, but
yes, when I want to see yourself, I put all your image. Where is Sebastian? Where is? And finally, I found you.
yeah, I started also late with it. I mean, I like it a bit more, but when I travel, I see so many buildings or nature landscapes or also sceneries on the streets, which I find mostly more interesting as myself, which I see every day in the mirror.
Yes.
So then there's mostly more the focus on me, but yeah.
Okay, and as all of the people know, most of the media are against Iran. So why you choose Iran, such a destination? And I think that in Europe, most of the media are against also.
Also, I would separate it in two topics. I would start first why I choose traveling to Iran, because this is a quite of funny story.
Okay.
It was yeah, or what means funny? It's super randomly. It was on a travel to Barcelona. I think it was 2015. And I was at the airport, and I thought, okay, maybe when you travel there, these points where you can't do anything, or when you're in the airport or in the airplane or in the bus and you want to read something, let's check books.
Okay.
And then I found a book from a German author. I can show it shortly. It's no advertising. I don't get paid by him.
Yeah.
I found it,
I'm
saw
Iran.
it, and found it quite interesting. It's couch surfing in
Oh, the
Iran.
back image. And the back.
Yeah, exactly. And he did that in the past. That he did traveling there. Also, as the name already says, couch surfing. And he wrote about the hospitality and the unbelievable friendly people. And I'm not sure if you ever traveled to Europe, but there's a cliche that we are quite cold. And I think I have to say that's probably true. But I got totally fascinated by it and thought I definitely want to travel there at one point. And then the months go and go and go. But then I started on YouTube watching vlogs about people who traveled there, and I found it so impressive. I mean, if you check it, traveling to Iran, there's insanely much. As I think also Iran was in the last years one of the, at least here, one of the biggest secret trips for backpackers at all.
In Europe?
And also at least, I don't know, only Europe, but I read it in many blogs or so. And I got, infected with the lust for travel. And I showed it to a friend of mine, which met also on another travel. And since then we are friends. And he's very open for backpacking and also going to non-popular travel destinations. And so we decided, and then we just booked it, and then we had no choice, and we did it. It was quite cool. Regarding the reputation in Germany, so I can only speak for Germany because I don't follow all medias. So what I saw the last months in the big newspaper agencies or in the big companies which write about Iran, it's mostly, I have to say, positive, or at least the comments from the people. Also there were, I mean, of course, many discussions between the problematic with the US.
Yes.
And regarding that, I only have the feeling that Iran is much more popular than the US here in Germany, at least. And there it was quite positive. Also because many people read this book or also some other books. And as I told, especially younger people traveled at least some of them to around 2. And they got very, very good feedback after these tours. Also everyone wrote that it was fantastic, that it was super nice, and that you should do it too. And regarding that, I think it's not so bad. I think that the most of the people which are not interested in traveling or not interested in other countries at all have at least no real picture about the country. They don't know.
Yeah.
They have no ideas. Okay, they're religious. They wear this long black tissues over their head, but this is everything. And they have problems with the US.
Yes, they
It's, for
judge
example,
before
not like,
see. They judge all the Iranian people, I think, before see them.
yeah, this of course, this is common for people that they judge what they don't know. But I think it's not so negative because the most have absolutely, as I said, absolutely no picture. They are also not so interested to be negative about it. It's, for example, more if you say anything about the US or North Korea or so, then the people are here very fast and they have very bad mindset about it. But I think Iran, in the fact that it has so much problems with the US, and the US with their politics, geopolitics is, at least this to discuss. Not so many people are really have negative vibes about Iran. It's more that they have absolutely no idea what is about this country. Also, I think they're not even, maybe they know Tehran, but that's all.
Okay, and how many days did you stay in Iran? Is it enough? Was it enough for you?
I stayed 14 days.
14.
And this was definitely not enough.
Oh, and which cities did you visit?
We started in Tehran, traveled to Kashan, from there to Esfahan, then to Shiraz, and from Shiraz we flew back to Tehran. So maybe the classic tour to the old capitals.
Yes.
But it was hard to, we wanted to stay, as we had no clear structure. We just decided that we want to see the cities. Usually Kerman or Yazd were also on our tour, but we couldn't make it. We didn't have enough time because we wanted to stay some days in the cities and also see a bit around.
But you visited most of the famous cities.
Yeah.
And historical one. And historical one also.
Yeah, absolutely. But I definitely, for example, for me, I definitely would like to see these cities again. I still want to travel to Kerman and Yazd. I would like to go to the Gulf. And I haven't seen Mashhad and Tabriz.
Yeah.
Caspian Sea, I couldn't see so far. I didn't went on the Damavand.
Yeah.
So, as you can imagine, there's so much still to explore. I had only 2 weeks regarding my job. And I think Iran is 4 times bigger than Germany. So, yeah, there's a lot to see. And if you want to stay a bit longer in a city, it's not so easy to combine everything in one trip. I think that's not possible.
Yes, you have 14 days. You can see all of.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you tell us a little about the process of traveling to Iran? Was it hard for you about the visa process, about everything?
No, that was absolutely easy. I have to say I was surprised because of, you read and hear a bit that it can be tricky, that you can be denied at the airport, but it's in theory possible to get a visa at arrival, but I thought maybe there's also a German cliche that you want to be overcorrect. So I tried, okay, I want to have it here, I want to have it safe, and inform me before on the website of the government and be sure that it works 100%. Yeah, it was super easy. We went to the embassy in Frankfurt, applied for the visa, got it directly, and then
So you didn't apply through any agencies, yes? You just
no,
got it.
this time we did it with our own. Yeah, so as in Germany, it's possible to do it also for solo travelers. So you don't need. We didn't need an agency.
Okay. And what challenges did you face? Can you tell us about your challenges when you come to Iran and see Iran? Do you have any challenges? About someone who come from Germany, that I think, as you told, the people are a little cold and.
There are positive challenges and negative challenges, but also the negatives are not so big. First, in the fact that there's no possibility to use credit cards as European, we had to bring our money in cash.
But you can get a tourist card, I think, yeah?
Yeah, this was a possibility. This one which you can load, which you can, like a debit card. But we read it too late, so we couldn't use it. But it was not so dramatic for us. But of course, the difference regarding Rial and Toman, this was something what we had to learn. And I'm not sure if I still understand it completely.
The same as us. I always forgot the zero. How many zero I need to wrote when I went to the bank.
But they changed it, or isn't meanwhile 1 0 less?
Yeah, Toman 1 0 less.
Yeah. If you try to calculate in Rial and then you go in a cafe,
yes,
it's written in Toman.
You pay Toman, but you read Rial.
Yeah, but also sometimes they just write in, for example, 70 for something, and then you think, okay, 70 means 70,000 Toman, and then probably 700,000 Rial. So 70 is 700,000 Rial. So this was very interesting, and but the people we met, they were super friendly. They helped us so much with if we gave them too much, they gave it back to us. So I think we're getting that. We were very happy with that. Of course, you also need a Iranian SIM card, but this was no problem. Also, the people of the hotel where we stayed helped us with that to get it. And I think there are also many agencies do that for you, with agencies. And also the fact that everyone we meet in these 2 weeks were super friendly, and they helped us with everything. We just had to stay 1 minute at a tram to check which tram we have to take, and directly someone came, can we help you? Hi, do you like us? Do you like our country? Can we help you? And this was quite easy. And I was also very surprised how easy traveling is during these big companies, with the buses, with the train, with the airplane.
So you between these cities, you use bus or you used airplane?
Yeah, bus. We used mostly the bus.
And was it easy to how you take a bus?
Yeah.
How you take?
Yeah. Twice we asked the people in the hotels to help us with booking. But the travel was super easy. This was definitely no problem. And the buses were also the buses we took were super good. Very modern, new, air conditioned. This was perfect. It was easy to travel. Just from Shiraz to Tehran back, we took the flight because it was quite long, and we didn't want to lose another day.
Okay, and
Yeah.
where did you stay? Did you stay all these days in a hotel, or do you have stay in home, Iranian home? Because I
Uh,
heard about tourists that most of them went to the Iranian home and stay there. What about you? Is it the same? Was
um,
it the same?
yeah, yeah. We hear it too, but we got only invitations for picnic and for dinner, also only.
No.
It's for us also already super spectacular. So I can promise you, if you go here in Cologne or somewhere in Germany, a random street, you can't expect that someone sees you and asks you, "Hi, from where are you? Do you want to come this night to us for dinner, or want to stay at us? Let's have a talk." This is not so common here, so this was already a big surprise for us. Um, we stayed mostly in hostels or smaller hotels. Also no big hotels, more like hostels.
And
And I
was
was
it good?
for many
Was it
there.
good about the facility and?
It was very good, yeah. It was also quite easy. We could book it from Germany.
Hmm.
Uh, and there's some websites where you also can book them. So we had no problems. So we had every time the possibility to book spontaneous. Also the only hotel we booked was the first,
Hmm.
and the rest was then spontaneous from day per day. Also we never planned how many days we want to stay in a city.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, was it hard for you that you can't eat any beer or wine here? Because I asked this question from most of the tourists, and for some of them, it's very hard that here we don't have any wine or beer or something like that.
No, also I have to say, maybe also again this cliché about Germany regarding beer country. You could think that, but in the fact, I mean, you have also this non-alcohol beer, um, and also so much other interesting food or drinks you can try out. So this was no problem.
Mm.
And I mean, when you want to travel and want to explore, you usually have to stay up quite early, also when it's not so hot, because we traveled in August,
Uh,
September. Um, and then you also would like to stay up quite early so you can use the day. Um, yeah, then it's also good to start with a fresh mind.
and
No, but it was no problem. I mean, it was also only 2 weeks, so this
two
is
weeks
easily
is not
still.
important time to.
No, no, no. Also, no, also for us it was no problem.
Okay, and
No.
what was the first thing that caught your attention in Europe?
In
Yeah.
Iran, mm, I think that many random people which saw us wanted to get in touch with us
Mm.
and wanted to talk with us.
Oh.
And also just about from where we are and how we like it. And it was also very surprising that many people know a lot about Germany or could also speak German. Also,
Oh.
we had many situations that they, as they found out from where we are, um, they tried to talk in German with us. This was quite interesting.
So, and you
And
talk in
of course,
Persian also.
also, huh?
And you talk in Persian also.
Yeah, just some random words, unfortunately. But it was already very interesting that some people wanted to teach us
Mm.
Persian, and some they did it with the I don't know with the Arabic words. So then they said, no, you have to say it like that. And someone else said, no, this word is wrong. You have to say it like that.
Yes,
I think
about
that they also
Salam and Dorud, I think.
yeah, for example, also I think for everything what you can say, there's at least 3, 5, 4 words. Also with thank you with merci, which is of course the French word.
And
I don't know how
Tashakkur in
the
Arabic, if you
yeah
heard.
yeah yeah. But this was definitely very interesting for us. That everyone wanted to talk with us, wants to make pictures. Um, yeah, this I never never so, yeah, saw before.
Okay. So let me, after watching a short clip, we will be continue our conversation with
Yeah.
Sebastian. So let's see the video. We come back again. So, Sebastian, you talk about architecture and something like that. Can you tell us about the Iran's nature, about mountain valley? Did you see anything?
Mm-hmm. What I think what is very interesting for people which come to Iran, see that is much more different than you would expect. I think when you think about Iran, you have this cliche about deserts and only this stone areas, which you have, of course, especially in the south. But of course, you find also really blue valleys, forests, and of course the mountains. So also a complete area around the Caspian Sea, which I unfortunately couldn't visit. So for me, it was indeed, because I took the way to the south, more this desert experience. But in the fact that it was my first desert, it was also super amazing for me, and this was also definitely my goal. But I think you can see a lot. Also in the fact that it's so big, and yeah, I think except jungle, you can see nearly everything there. So
And did you feel the four season in during that time that you are in Iran? Because Iran is known about four season country. Did you feel it during these days that you are here?
Yeah, that's also interesting. Me not, because we traveled in the end of August
Yeah.
till the first week of September. So as we traveled, it was still quite hot there.
Oh.
And yeah, okay, in Tehran it was a bit fresher than, of course, in Shiraz, but for us it was more summer experience. But of course, I saw the shopping malls or the shops where they sold also the suits and winter jackets, and then you can think, okay, there has to have also different
season.
yeah, different seasons, exactly. Yeah, but for me, for us, it was mostly very, very hot.
Okay, I in your Instagram page and also in your highlight, I found something about Iran, and I wanna explain a little about me. Iran 1001 contradiction. What's and see the picture that I showed the people. Can you explain a little about it?
About this picture.
Yes, about this picture and about this sentence,
Yeah.
Iran thousands and one
Yeah.
contradiction.
Yeah, I have to say, I stole it.
It's
Also
a very great
from
shot,
the
I
British
think.
totally. Also,
Amazing.
I have it from this couch surfing in Iran book from Stefan Orr.
Mm?
And it fits, as you also said, super well. It's not possible to explain Iran country in less words. You have so many perspectives, so many point of views from every side. So it fitted very well. And regarding this picture, I found it very interesting. It was shot in Tehran, close to your TV tower.
Mm?
And I found it quite interesting that you have this, this theocratic, strong religious picture combined with this Western advertising for these products. So this
Yeah.
contrast of Western consume or Western goods and this yeah strong religious way of living and not maybe consuming all of this, that you also don't need it, that you more focused in yourself or not in spending so much
Not
money
need
that
any
you
country, just ourselves.
yeah or that maybe too
No,
yeah
it's not always true because all the people need each other and we can separate Iran or US or
of
other
course
country from each other.
absolutely as I said, also I made also only a positive experience there, and of course my family was first not so happy about that, or what means not so happy, they were wondering,
Mm?
and then maybe my mother maybe was a bit afraid about isn't it dangerous, but also as I said, she has absolutely no idea. It's not that she has bad images about this country. But after the travel, everyone, which of course asked me, I could only give great recommends, and that it was super, and that you should definitely do it too, because it's more a cliche that there the people are the whole time in black clothes, that nobody is friendly, that they don't like Western people. Also, this is the biggest lie ever.
Mm,
Also,
yeah.
I think I never travel. I think I travel to a country where the people are more interested in what goes around in the world
And
than there, or which are more
they are
interested
follow the fashion. If
in
you
people.
follow the woman in
Yeah,
Iran, you can understand that most of the women like to be fashionable and follow the fashion.
absolutely. I mean, I see you too, and
Thank
your
you.
headscarf is definitely not completely black.
No, I hate black,
Yeah. No,
actually.
yeah, but especially in the big cities, there was a lot of fashionable people. We also went in the north of Tehran to a shopping mall,
Mm,
which was extremely fashionable and luxury, and um, we also saw some Western cars. I mean, mostly you see the white Iranian productions or some Japanese
mm.
ones. But it was much more diverse as you maybe would think. Yeah,
Okay, and also one
it was
another story that I see in your page about finally millionaire about the Iranian money. I checked all of your
yeah, yeah,
stories and all your
yeah. I have
image.
to say, it was said with the stories. I started quite late, and I started with stories as I traveled to
Mm.
Iran, and I didn't use it so much. It's a bit sad, but I promise if I travel the next time, I will definitely do more. It was quite funny for me because of course here the numbers are much
Mm-hmm.
smaller. You start with €1, and then you go to I don't know 100,000, and you usually don't have so much money with you, and of course there also unfortunately a bit regarding the inflation. you have quite high banknotes. So it was not really hard for me to have finally 1 million in banknotes. Of course, not euro, in real, but
So,
yeah.
so you finally millionaire in Iran.
Had so much cash. It's not so easy to transfer it. You
Yes,
definitely need
yes.
a big bag
It's very hard.
or many pockets. Or many pockets.
Okay. And what was your favorite food? I think yummy part of your travel.
Ooh, unfortunately, I'm super bad in remembering names. But one thing what I really, really love is your kind of making rice and this perfect bread. This fresh, warm bread out of the oven, together with a bit mint and fresh yogurt. Yeah, and of course kebab and um, was it falude?
Falude,
The
yes.
drink?
Yeah, falude.
Falude, yeah.
Falude.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Someone told me that in Shiraz, was it Shiraz or
No, in
Esfahan?
Shiraz.
Forgot. That's in Shiraz you get the best one.
No, in
But
Shiraz.
yeah, this was also quite good. Yeah,
So you taste falude in Shiraz and you like it. Yalla, let
I
me
liked it. Yeah,
do it.
but I mean, you have. I tried only one. I tried only one. There were many possibilities, and this one I had was definitely quite cool. And you don't get it here, as it's definitely something special for someone who lives in Europe.
So, okay. And you had a caption of your post that for an Europeans, it's quite unusual to start randomly a nice talking. Is it? Was it the same that you talked about? Nobody in German talk with you in the street and something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Also not no one, but it's usually here you have to talk with the people, to ask the people if you want something, and it's not so common that they come to you or just to say hi. Also, for example, as we went to
Mm-hmm.
Esfahan to in the evening, also we went many times there. In the evening, once to the Nakshija, oh my God,
No.
Nakshija
Yes,
Square,
yes.
and it was super crowded. This I found also really interesting that in Iran the people so late with doing dinner and then the complete family on sheets or carpets just somewhere outside enjoying the nice temperatures and spending or finishing the day together. This was also quite cool. Really everywhere, close by the street, in a park, or at least or also at this place. And that some people just saw us and joined us, asked us to join the dinner there for a picnic. And I think it's quite rare that this happens here. And this I found really impressive. That I think here people first think, oh, I don't know him. Maybe he wants to do something
Oh.
bad. And there the people, and there I think the people are more open-minded. They think, okay, there's someone which I don't know. Maybe he can get my friend. So just say hello. And this I found first a very overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
but in a positive way. So it was not bad for me. It was just it took a while to get used to it because I definitely made this experience here.
So you didn't shock when people come to you and say hi, how are you? Can you?
First, 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 I got positively shocked. I don't know. I mean, it started already with a nice conversation with the taxi driver as we arrived
Taxi
in
driver
the
can
airport in
speak
Tehran.
English.
I have to say, the most of the time we use Snap.
Mm-hmm.
So was quite easy for us to use. It was also a funny game to. Also, I was really happy that there's so many English letters in the big cities because unfortunately I can't read Farsi, and as you use Snap and had to check the signs of the different
Mhm.
cars, so that we take the right one.
Yes.
It was first, okay, is it this symbol? Is it this symbol? Let's check it. A bit like puzzling for us. And of course, the traffic in Tehran, especially,
Yes, it was terrible.
as I had the first time to pass the street,
Mhm.
I was quite sure I die. I was 100% sure I die.
Nobody attention to you as a person that you walk.
Yeah, yeah. I try to make the smartest idea, and I directly look for someone who looks resident, and I directly went behind the person and tried to be the whole time behind the person, and was just positive thinking that the person knows what it does,
Okay.
and that we survive it.
And I'm very happy that you survived about. Yes, it's a very big problem, and I heard about most of the tourists that had this problem about when they want to walk in the street, they think that they should die.
But I mean, it's also a giant city. How many people live in Tehran? 50
Yeah.
million? Yeah, I mean, also in Cologne, where I live, and that's the fourth biggest city in Germany, we have only round about 1 million, a bit more than 1 million.
So for that you have very good weather, I think. In Tehran,
I think also we definitely have more rain.
Yeah.
And clouds, so it's, I think, grayer than most in Tehran.
Yes.
And we don't have this nice, also at least in my region, okay, of course in Bavaria, but we don't have this nice mountain directly behind the city. These giant mountains where you can also do winter sport.
Yeah.
I think that nearly no one in Europe or in the Western countries know that you can do winter sport in Iran.
Yes, you have winter sport in Kerman. You can see a very big desert and hottest part in the world, and also you can see winter places for a ski and something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's, I think, quite interesting to travel at any season to Iran. Also every season it looks a bit different too.
Yes, and as a European,
and you can do
I can hear.
I just said, and you can do many different routes. Also you can routes to travel. You can come from west to east, from north to south. Yeah, and I think there's a lot to see.
Yes. You should stay in Iran for 2 months. I promise that you can see most of the most of the places.
Yeah. If I have the chance to do a sabbatical, that could be an option.
Okay.
But as said, I definitely want to come back. It's just actually the question: how is it with this virus? When we can travel again? And also, of course, there's still so many places which I also want to see. But maybe I try to combine it the next time with other countries. I still have also Uzbekistan on my list, Turkmenistan, and maybe I can combine it with a nice route in the north of Iran. But we'll see. I'm still not so old.
Yes, so you are so young. You can come to Iran more and more. Yes. And as a European, what suggestion do you have for travelers?
Also what I did and what I definitely can recommend, just to get already a vibe for it, watch travel vlogs on YouTube, read some texts about travelers which already been there. I think traveling to Iran is, in my opinion, much more easier as you maybe expect. Every city you can reach easily. It's for European very, very cheap. Also, you also don't need a lot of money. The people are friendly. So I definitely would recommend to read about the rules. I think this is important. Of course, you have to play the rules from the country, because they're, of course, different to the one of many other European countries, especially for women regarding the cloth rules, but also for men regarding, for example, short trousers. But this is usually not a giant thing. So this is, of course, for me as man, maybe especially in summer, it's a bit different regarding the temperature and headscarf, but in theory, it's absolutely manageable to do it in the time. Also with the alcohol. Maybe some people drink too much at home, so then they have finally a chance to drink a bit less.
Yes,
So
I see someone who traveled to Iran and asked me, where can I buy a wine? Here can I find? I heard that Iranian wine is good. I said Iranian wine is good. No, what happened? We can't find wine in here. And you told me yes. Sorry. Oh.
I just wanted to no problem. I just wanted to finish. You should definitely check or inform before about the money situation, that you change your money before and not try to do it there. How you get Iranian SIM card, and maybe the first hotel or the first place where you can stay. So as I said, for me or for us, it was quite easy to find places to sleep. And it's actually, I mean, I don't know how it changed the next years, but we saw, I mean, of course, it's sad for the people there, but we saw very, very less European travelers. Some we saw, and of course, the first we met was a German, so you find us everywhere. Also money situation, visa situation, where you can stay, the SIM card, and of course, how you should behave in this country as long as you stay there.
Yeah.
But it's quite easy to find this information.
So you use a book and a website for information, yes?
Yeah. I mean, of course, I read this book where I got already some ideas how it will be. I went to the official website of Iran, also of the for the embassy, how the procedure is. And of course, of YouTube, you find many videos from YouTubers which traveled there and which have also videos only about tips to travel there. And I definitely can recommend them.
So, okay.
Or of course, travel agency.
Yes. You can do all of these things with travel agency too.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much for being here. You had very, very good information, and I think this video is useful for people that want to travel to Iran and use this video and watch it. So thank you again so much, and have a good time. People, if you have any question and problem, ask us, and I think Sebastian and I can answer it. Yes, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sebastian.